Namaskar, welcome back. Viewers, many times in the past, there were reports emanating from Chhattisgarh, from Andhra Pradesh, that Madvi Hidma, one of the most dreaded Naxal terrorists in the recent years, had been trapped or eliminated, but somehow he always managed to give the slip. This week, finally, Hidma was eliminated by our security forces, along with his wife, who was also a Naxal terrorist. The question now which arises is, after the elimination of Madvi Hidma, how close are we to the end game of red terror in the country? Also, is it possible that this can be achieved, this lofty target, before the deadline of 31st March 2026 as set by the Minister for Home Affairs? To help us understand these questions, I have a very special guest with me this weekend, but before that, a quick look at this report.
There was a time when left-wing extremism stretched across central, southern and eastern India. Today, it has shrunk to a few isolated red patches. Home Ministry data shows a dramatic decline in Maoist violence. In 2014, Maoist influence extended across more than 18,000 square kilometers. By 2024, it had reduced to about 4,200 square kilometers, and in 2025, it shrank further to just a few hundred square kilometers. Over the last 2 years, Operation Kagar has broken the backbone of Maoists. On 18 November 2025, security forces achieved a major success by eliminating Hidma, carrying a bounty of 1 crore rupees, and his wife Rajakka. This year, several top Maoist leaders have been killed, including General Secretary Basava Raju, Gautam alias Sudhakar, Bhaskara Rao, Katta Ramachandra Reddy, Kadari Satyanarayan Reddy and Modam Balakrishna. Hidma joined the Maoist organization in 2001 and masterminded 26 major attacks, including the 2010 Dantewada massacre, the 2013 Jhiram Ghati attack and the 2017 Sukma ambush. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently said that decisive action since 2014 has reduced Maoist-affected districts from 125 to just 3. The day is not far when every corner of India, including Chhattisgarh, will be free from Maoist terror.
2014 के बाद हमारी सरकार ने नक्सलवाद, माओवादी आतंक पर प्रचंड प्रहार किया। हमने शहरों में बैठे अर्बन नक्सलियों के समर्थकों, अर्बन नक्सलियों को भी किनारे लगाया।
Union Home Minister Amit Shah reiterated that India will be free from Naxalism by 31st March 2026, calling it one of the most significant moments after independence.
भाइयों बहनों, इस देश की धरती पर आतंकवाद हो या नक्सलवाद, उसको समाप्त करने का काम हमारे नेता नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने किया है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने ये बिहार की भूमि पर कई जिले लाल आतंक से ग्रस्त थे। नक्सलवादी खुलेआम यहां पर कांड करते थे। मोदी जी के शासन में बिहार नक्सल मुक्त हो गया है।
Due to centre's strict strategy and continuous operations, Maoist-affected districts have dropped from 182 to 38. The number of highly affected districts has reduced from 12 to just 6. According to Chhattisgarh Police, in the past 18 months, the state launched a decisive offensive. 453 Maoists killed in encounters, 1,602 surrendered, 1,591 arrested, and 1,162 IEDs recovered and defused.
The final phase of the Red Corridor in India is rapidly winning return. Secretary Force will soon consign armed Naxalism to the history books. The Home Ministry has set a target to eradicate democracy by March 2026. Somesh Patel, DD India, Bastar, Chhattisgarh.
So viewers, as this report tells us, a lot has happened in the past few days, particularly this week. And now I am joined by Sundarraj P, senior police officer serving as IG Bastar. You know that he has been leading this war against red terror in the country for the past several years. I am happy to welcome Mr. Sundarraj here on the episode. Namaskar sir, Jai Hind.
Namaskar madam.
So, thank you for joining us and finding the time for DD India at such a crucial, in such a crucial, moment. But first of all, sir, congratulations for the milestone that the security forces have achieved this week. And my first question is, now that Hidma, someone who was being hunted for years, not months, has finally been eliminated, can we say that the war against terror, we are closer to this end game of red terror? Please try to tell our viewers, sir, how important it was to get rid of Hidma in this fight against Naxal terror.
Last couple of years has been very decisive for security forces in Bastar range as well as in the neighboring LWE-affected states, including that of Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh. Particularly last 2024 and 2025, during these 2 years, we have recorded more than 450 Naxal cadre dead body in Bastar range alone, including that of CPM Maoist General Secretary Basavaraju and various other central committee members, including Sudhakar, K. Ramchandra Reddy, Satyanarayan Reddy, and in Chhattisgarh, a couple of other central committee cadres like Modam Balakrishna and Chalpati. So these two operations was very decisive for us, particularly couple of days back along Chhattisgarh Andhra Pradesh border in Alluri, Sitaramuraju districts of Andhra Pradesh. The Andhra Pradesh security forces and Maoist had an exchange of fire. After the exchange of fire, when the area was searched, they recovered 6 Naxal dead bodies, including that of Madvi Hidma, who has been identity of terror, who was the face of inhuman violent activities in Bastar range. He, along with his wife, Rajay, and 4 more cadres, total 6 cadres dead body were recovered. And after another one day, in another significant operation, Tek Shankar and 6 other cadres, total 7 cadres dead body was recovered by Andhra Pradesh police. So these 2 days has been very crucial in the anti-Naxalite front, because Madvi Hidma was one such character who was involved in various violent activities, not only in the Dandakarni Special Zone Committee area, but in the bordering state committee areas also. He was involved in this Tadmetla incident where we lost 76 of our CRPF Jawans. He was involved in this Minpa, Teklagudam, Jiram incident, and many more other violent incidents. Because of that, we have lost hundreds and hundreds of our security forces. They have been martyred, and many innocent civilians, they have been killed because of the violent and cruel ideology of Madvi Hidma and other of his associates. So 18th of November was a historical day, not only for the security forces, but for the native population of Bastar also, because they have been facing this left-wing extremism for last almost 3 to 4 decades. Particularly in the last 2 decades, Madvi Hidma was one such character who was involved in most of the violent activities. After his end, the population, native population Bastar, they're feeling like the future would be very constructive. The future of Bastar would be more peaceful, and it will have a more positive identity, aided because of Madvi Hidma and such other characters, identity of Bastar.
Yes. Sir, just you are right that, for past at least 10 years, if I am not wrong, Madvi Hidma was behind some of the most dreaded attacks, the dastardly attacks on our security forces and also common people, political workers, everyone. But now that he has finally been neutralized, there's a lot of curiosity among youngsters. I met some of them in different campuses, and they really want to know how the end happened. I know, finally, when his dead body was recovered, it was not in Chhattisgarh, but in Andhra Pradesh, in Alluri's Sitaramaraju district. But if you could just take us down, few of those details which you can share. How was he finally eliminated?
As you have rightly pointed out, this entire operation took place in Alluri Sitaram Raju district of Andhra Pradesh. The operation was carried out by Andhra Pradesh Special Forces and the security forces deployed there. So it won't be like advisable on my part to like make any details about the operations which was carried out in not in my jurisdiction, but the impact of this operation is for everyone. Andhra Pradesh police and the security forces over there, they have delivered such a wonderful result. Because of that, we can see the end of violent and cruel ideology in Bastar region. Earlier also, as I mentioned, we have recorded dead bodies of various senior level Maoist cadres, including that of Basavaraju, K. Ramchandra Reddy, Satyanarayan Reddy, Sudhakar and all these operations in Bastar, it was carried out by special forces of Bastar like DRG, STF, Bastar fighters and other special forces deployed here, Cobra, central paramilitary forces like CRPF, BSF, ITB, PSSB, Chhattisgarh Armed Police. And it was a very comprehensive and integrated action plan by all the security forces and the stakeholders involved in the operational theatre. Because of security concerns, I can't take name of all the agencies, but we have a very specific intelligence inputs because of strong intelligence network mechanism.
No doubt, sir. And there is no doubt that whether it is Chhattisgarh, which is the nerve center, but also surrounding Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra particularly, then Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, our forces have displayed wonderful, phenomenal synergy in this fight against the Naxal terror. And as you mentioned, Chalapati and Keshavarao, Basvaraju, all of them have been eliminated in past few months. But sir, there's a small policy question, you know, beyond the operations for a moment. And I would like you to throw some light on that. A lot of commentators these days, they are writing in the media and, you know, saying in discussions that there is a clear change in the attitude, the approach towards this Naxal terror. What used to happen in the past is, while our forces were giving their 100% in this fight, there used to be calls for ceasefire, and then it was implemented. Sometimes most of the times the Naxalites would violate the ceasefire, they would continue to keep arms. And you know, it was these kind of hurdles which prevented it from reaching a certain logical end. This time, there have been repeated appeals for ceasefire, even to lay down arms, but the government stuck to its position that they will end this Naxal terror and there will be no talks till then.
Both Government of India and Chhattisgarh state government, they had a very clear strategy, action plan, and the intention also was very strong. The intention was to bring an end to the left-wing extremism, which was reason for loss of so many lives and property in Bastar region and other LWE-affected states. The action plan is not a single faceted one. It was a multiple front action. So one of the front was the operational strategy. Because of the special forces like DRG, STF, Bastar Fight and other central paramilitary forces, we had a very strong operational teams. They have delivered wonderful results in the past. On the other hand, government also made it very clear, if any left-wing extremist cadre, they want to shun violence and join the mainstream, they are most welcome. They would be rehabilitated according to the policy of the government. We have provided economical assistance, we provide them skill development training, and we ensure they have a very decent and dignified livelihood and their future is peaceful and secure. So because of that approach, last couple of years, we had more than 2,500 cadres who have shunned violence and joined the mainstream, and now they're leading a normal and peaceful life. And we have opened up so many security camps in the interior area so that the people of the area, they could have the basic amenities like road facilities, electrification, then PDS shops, primary education, health services. So all this strategy together, it has worked wonders in the Bastar region, and government is very clear about the strategy. And if anyone still they want to shun violence and join the mainstream, they're most welcome. But if they carry weapon in the jungle, they try to harm our population, then the security forces will give a befitting reply, and which is right now happening also. And those people who are and those cadres who are
yes. So I have a query on these the rehabilitation of these surrendered Naxals also. But before that, allow me to play a small clip, a very interesting visual, which I am sure will interest you also, because I remember the last time we had this conversation on Media Scan, you had expressed a lot of concern about the urban network, the urban nexus, if I may say, which itself is a big part of this whole problem. So please listen to this clip. Sundarraj sir, it will interest you to know that this brief visual that we have played is actually a gathering of students in the JNU campus on the day when the news of Hidma's elimination was broken in the media. You remember very well, sir, there used to be protests and gatherings of the same kind in the same JNU campus when 76 of our CRPF Jawans, on the day of their Balidan, when they were killed by Naxals, even otherwise on various other occasions, including after the Kargil conflict, there used to be gatherings protesting against the forces and in support of these anti-national elements. Today, JNU is coming out and gathering not to protest against the forces, but to welcome this crackdown against Naxal terror. How do you look at this change in the mindset of the younger generation? And do you think there is visible transformation in the view of this urban network, which has always been such a concern for the forces?
Absolutely, this transformation is happening everywhere, right from jungle in the rural area and even in the urban centers, because people, they have realized left-wing extremism has no future, and because of this left-wing extremism, we have lost hundreds and hundreds of our security personnel, hundreds and hundreds of innocent civilians. They have lost their near and dear ones. They have lost their limbs and eyesight because of the ID blast. Even a 3-month-old child, he lost his life because of violent and cruel left-wing extremism activity. Many innocent animals like the cattle and even the canine dogs, which are deployed with the security forces who perform their duty, they also lost their life because of this left-wing extremism related violent activities. But now people have realized there's no place for any violence in a democratic form of governance and in a country like India. So they are coming forward to openly support the positive initiatives being taken by the government as well as the security forces deployed in this region. That is a big motivation factor for the entire force, who are taking a lot of risk to secure their lives and properties of the native population here. Whenever we receive such support from many other quarters also, it is very encouraging for us. So it motivates our men to work more.
If I may put a cross question, there are still people, there are advocates, there are NGO activists. Even after the killing of Hidma, just 2 days ago, there was a comment from a lawyer activist who said that this has been done against all norms, against the law. This is a cold-blooded murder, etc. And they said they are going to petition in court. Earlier also, there have been gatherings and seminars where it was told that people are being harassed in the name of, going after Naxals, and they have called for a halt to all this action. How do you view that?
I can vouch like entire action being taken by the security forces are all within the legal and constitutional framework. And Hidma also had an opportunity. He had an opportunity to shun violence and come and join the mainstream. If you have welcomed so many cadres in the last 2 years, as I mentioned, more than 2,500 cadres, they have come and joined the mainstream. In the month of October, you might have witnessed there was a en masse surrender by 210 cadres in Jadalpur, a program called as Puna Margam, which means like a new path in the local Gondi dialect. They come with weapon, and another 21 cadres in Kankar a couple of days later. Even in Gadchiroli, Politburo member Venugopal and many other cadres, they come and join the mainstream. If all these cadres have been welcomed, then why not Hidma? So he had an opportunity. We even went up to the village of Hidma and Barsadeva, which is called as Puvarti village in Sukma district, along with Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, myself and other senior police and administrative officers went. We made an appeal to the family members, and they also made a video appeal to Hidma and Barsadeva to come back and join the mainstream. We can live a normal and peaceful life. But somehow he ignored that appeal and finally faced the consequences. And I would like to assure all the actions being taken by the security forces are well within the legal framework, and no one need not have any doubt about it. But still, there are few people who always are having this kind of mindset, and I would like to appeal to them also. They should go and look into the families who have lost their near and dear ones because of the left-wing extremism violence. How many places do they have visited? Like there have been small children who have lost their limbs, who have lost their eyesight, and who have lost their parents. Many people has been become orphan because of this. They should go and visit those families also. Then they should come up with a lot of comments.
Very true, very profoundly put, sir. And it is true that while a lot of people came out in the media with pictures and audio recording of the mother and other family members of Hidma, nobody cares to bring any audio recordings or pictures of families who suffer because of this Naxal violence. But sir, since you have told us so elaborately on the surrender policy, since last year when I met a big group of these surrendered men and women who had taken up arms and are now living happily with their families, and they have found employment also. Just want to know briefly from you, sir, how well is this surrender program going on? Are they able to assimilate with the rest of the society in their respective areas? Are they able to live with dignity? Have they found avenues of employment which can sustain their future? Please tell us.
Rehabilitation of those cadres who have decided to join the mainstream is another high priority area for government as well as the Bastar police. We have taken a lot of initiative to train them in various skill developmental activities. Right now in all the 7 districts of Bastar range, we have skill development schools which are providing them training in tailor activity. Some are taking training in the electrician, some are taking training in the hotel management and the hospitality sector. You might be interested to know a recent initiative. On 17th of November in Jadalpur, we opened up a Pandum Cafe. In this cafe, there's a lot of Naxal victims as well as the surrendered cadres who have been trained in the hotel management sector. They have opened this restaurant. The restaurant was opened by Honorable Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, and this has a very positive response. And many other people, they are learning certain skills and going back to their village, and they're doing their normal livelihood activity. They're getting a decent source of income. So rehabilitation and reintegration of this surrendered cadres back into the mainstream is very, very important for us. And along with the district administration and other department of the government, we have taken a lot of initiative, and these initiatives are giving very, very positive outcomes in the recent time.
Great. Sir, I hope I have the opportunity to visit this cafe very soon, and it will be a great experience to meet with them. But right now, sir, I want to know from you, now that Hidma has been eliminated, other, leading Naxal terrorists like Chalapati and Baswaraju also, and all of them, one by one, you have, done away with them. So now, can you tell us how many really, if I may say, how many dreaded Naxal terrorists are still active in the region, and what must be the number of the cadres who have taken up arms with whom you still have to deal?
As I mentioned earlier, in the last couple of years, many senior Maoist cadres and other PLG formation cadres, they have been either arrested or their dead bodies has been recovered after exchange of fire, or they have joined the mainstream. Right now, only very handful of senior Maoist cadres, if I would like to take the name of the cadres, it would be Politburo member Devji hai, Politburo member Ganapati, Central Committee members Ganesh Uike, another couple of another Central Committee members like Sangram and Ramdev, and few Dandakana Special Zone Committee cadres like Paparao and Barsadeve. And there are only few, around 100 to 150 regular armed uniformed cadres still there in the jungle who believe in the path of violence. To them also we are making appeal continuously. It is right time for them to shun violence and come and join the mainstream, or else they have to face the consequence of the action being taken by the security forces. And we are hopeful in the days to come, even these cadres, they also would take a right decision at right time, and they will come and join the mainstream. If not, then they have to face the consequence. We are hopeful like this entire game would come to an end another couple of months.
Wonderful. Sir, last question before we let you go. The Home Minister has been very emphatic every time he speaks in public or to the media that Naxal terror will be eliminated, wiped out from this land before the end of March 2026. With the recent successes you had, are you hopeful that it will be done as per the deadline? And is there a possibility that this target may be achieved even before the deadline?
As per the directives of Government of India and Chhattisgarh state government, the entire security apparatus in Bastar region and other stakeholders, we are geared up to meet this target, and the results which we have received in the last couple of seasons are very encouraging, and it indicates that this target is really achievable. Initially, when this target was there, many people had apprehension whether this target would be achievable or not, but in various platforms, Honorable Union Home Minister and other senior dignitaries of government, they have made it very clear we are going to meet out this target, and things are shaping up in that direction only, and we are hopeful we will be meeting this target. And Naxal Mukt Bastar, Naxal Mukt Chhattisgarh, Naxal Mukt Bharat, this is the sankalp of Government of India, Chhattisgarh government, and entire native population, they also desire the area should be cleared of Naxal violence, so they should get a new identity, they should get new opportunity to have a constructive way of living in this area. So we are hopeful of achieving this target.
Great, sir. And we hope you will be able to achieve the target on time, even before time, as some people are indicating. More power to you and all the best in your fight. Thank you for joining DD India at such a short notice, and we hope we will connect with you soon with more good news. Thank you again.
Thank you, madam, and I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all the viewers to Bastar. They should come for themselves and see the story of transformation which is happening right now. Earlier, Bastar has been identified for various other violent incidents, but now things are really changing, and they should come visit us. They have a lot to see in Bastar, right from Chitrakoot Falls to Tirathgad Waterfalls, Kudumsar Caves, Nambi Falls, and the Bastar Dashara, which is a unique festival in entire world, 75-day long festival, and many more things to see in Bastar. So please come, visit us, and see for yourself the story of transformation which is happening in Bastar. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
We will, absolutely we will. Thank you for the invite. Jai Hind. Viewers, as the IG has already pointed out, and you also have been reading, the back of Naxal terror has already been broken. Whatever remains of this red terror in the land of Bharat will be eliminated in the coming days, as you have seen the resolve of our security forces. What remains is support to the security forces from the people and the effort to bring those people back into the mainstream who have decided to shun the gun and join the national mainstream. On that positive note, it's a wrap up on Media Scan this weekend. Do join us next weekend. Namaskar.